That is what it is, guys. I've now figured it out. That's what it is that I don't like about it. I feel like I'm watching this off Disney+. Hello everyone, welcome in. My name is Kai Zammit. I'm a director, cinematographer and writer based in the south of the UK. And today in this video we're going to be covering our last of the Star Wars, the Old Republic cinematics. And this one's titled Disorder. Like normal with these videos, first I watch the cinematic, give you my reaction, then afterwards that is where I break it down as a filmmaker and talk more about the filmmaking side of things. And if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel and the video with the whole YouTube algorithm, but mainly it informs me that you're enjoying the content that I'm making or the franchises that we're covering. So with all that said and done, let's cover the last cinematic, shall we? And for one more time, play the tape. But first, I've got to show you something, and I'm so excited about this. In this box here is a ring I picked up from Gentle Bands, who's also today's video sponsor. For centuries, men's rings have had the same boring look, especially wedding bands, traditionally stuck with a hint of dull, as I like to say. But why settle for a ring that you don't love? A ring that doesn't represent who you are? Well, not anymore. Gentle Bands have been exploring unconventional materials to forge rings that truly express an individual's unique style, like my ring in this box here. I'll show you in a second. For example, ancient meteorites, retired spacecraft titanium, dinosaur fossils, glowstone, whiskey barrel, and antler. And that's not even all of them. I kid you not, I even saw guitar strings. These guys have truly reimagined the men's band. And the ring I chose to represent me? Well, I went for the cardinal. In Native American laws, cardinals represent devotion, loving relationships, courtship, and monogamy above everything else. And I'll let you know now, I'm a very loyal person. It's made with tungsten and red aluminium, ridiculously sturdy, and the red is a nice touch when it comes to me expressing that creativity that I have. It also comes in this wicked ring case, and the presentation here is on point. I've been wanting a thumb ring for quite a while, and it fits perfectly to my size. If it didn't, they offer a year-long free resizing, so I've got plenty of time to make sure I'm happy with how it fits and feels. Not only that, Gentle Bands offer a lifetime warranty too. Whatever you're after when it comes to a ring, be it for fashion, happiest day of your life, wedding band, a gift for a loved one, I'm confident you'll find something that you'll like. And did I mention they also engrave? What I'll do is I'll leave a link down below, click it and use the code KAIA25 at checkout and get yourself a whopping 25% discount. That's right, 25%. Right then, thank you to Gentle Bands for supporting the channel. To the reaction. Got that vintage Star Wars. Using that leitmotif, that score we're familiar with. Starting in Star Wars fashion, our intros. Oh, I was going to say showing us space. I wasn't expecting that illustration though. Dude, look at the fucking lighting. The cinematic quality's gone up a bit in it compared to the first three. The last two is keeping up to that level.
Did you see? Wow.
The camera's dollying about. Lens flares. Soft lighting, yeah? Makes it look expensive.
I know it is difficult to accept. But the Force has chosen you.
Oh! That was a time jump. Who's that Jedi? He looks well cool. Mate, what an intro! Yo! Oh, mate, this is well good. Oh, I fucking love it when characters going through walls.
Destroy this machine and all records of it.
Yes, Master Or.
Dude, he sounds so good. He did sound so good. Oh, it's Malgus.
Malgus. Traitor. Go now.
Dude, why did he kill him? Is Malgus a traitor now? I wanted to see Malgus in this quality since the last two. That fucking cheeky smile, mate. That's showing her youthfulness. She hasn't grown up fully yet. Wow. Oh no. It's like a deer in headlights. What's happened? That's going to cause problems later.
You're too late, Malgus.
Malgus is looking good. Look at the fucking fidelity on this.
Focus, Tsar.
Wow, man, these are so cool.
Did you see? Wow.
Will you be taking both children?
No. The brother shows little connection with the Force. Zahar. The Force has chosen you.
Oh.
No!
I sense your past, Padawan.
Can't take her!
Your pain,
Oh.
your fear.
Is that him?
This
Is he
how the
tapping into
Sith
it?
and Jedi maintain control, revealing the ways of the Force to some, and keeping it from others.
Zahar! Don't listen to him!
How many
I can't get over the facial animations. They've definitely mocapped this one, haven't they?
Jedi could play God?
He's doing the old classic mind trick, isn't he? What's that saying? If you want saying done, do it yourself. Oh mate, she got caught with that, didn't she? She's still very much a Padawan.
Well done, young one. Now give it to me.
You could have saved my brother.
Oh no. Planted the seed, mate.
Was I chosen by the Force? Or you?
Now's not the time.
Yes, mate.
You know what it is your master just destroyed?
Zahar, listen to me.
A machine built to find those the Jedi didn't deem worthy.
Silence! Give it to me. Now, Padawan.
Fucking close up.
It's not too late. Give me the plans.
No!
We can still find your brother.
I've only ever protected you.
This is so cool, man. Here he comes. Malgus is looking...
Zahar,
Oh no, he's not going to slice him, is he?
I'm sorry.
Again, by not showing it, it made it more powerful. No, don't let it in. Yo! Is she that powerful? Or is she just tapping into her anger? All the smoke, the texture is really building up that quality of the cinematicness of it. I don't like video zooms. Again, they make it look video-y, not cinematic.
When you're ready, break free.
Wow. What's that? Do you get to play as her? It's one of those things, isn't it, with these sort of cinematics? They have to leave so much open so you can play the game for yourself. It's always... What I mean by that, it's not movie... It's not like a proper story, yeah, as in it's got the beginning, middle and end. It's fully wrapped up. With these, they are very treated as short stories, and most short stories are left open-ended for the viewer to either continue the story, be it play a game, or read the next level of material, or just, it's up to you to make up your own opinions of it. You find that a lot with short stories. When I've done short films and short stories, I do the same thing. I leave it open-ended because you don't have enough time to really wrap it up, you know, wrap it up, put a bow on it, put it to bed sort of thing. But that was fantastic. The quality, I said in the last cinematic, if I remember correctly, I wanted to see Malgus in this fidelity, this low-key lighting, this cinema quality, and I got it. So yeah, I'm super happy about that. But let's break it down and talk about the bits that I liked and didn't like. And even though mainly it was choreography, I didn't really talk about too much of the filmmaking then because it drew me in. But at least in the breakdown side of it, I can. So I'm going to immediately put it out there. I don't think that one was as good as the last two. So that was the twins and the young girl. I really enjoyed that story. This one was fantastic, as in very modern Star Wars. I easily got warped into it, didn't I? As in got drawn into the story itself and the visual fidelity. But story-wise, I don't think it was as good as the other one. And the reason being is I think due to the camera and the lighting and things like that. But let me talk about it in the breakdown. Starting straight off, we've got our normal slow intro. Yeah, compare it to the last cover ones I've just done. You know, it was more about the instant straight in. Let's tell more of a powerful story in. This one is giving me that Star Wars treatment. Start out in space. I know I'm on a Star Wars adventure. But they did change it up, didn't they? By having that illustration, it caught me out. It changed it up. Look at this fucking quality, though. And the cinema-ness of it. Yeah, look, we've got a widescreen bars, a cinescope. Yeah, 235.1 mask. Soft, beautiful lighting. And look at this. Yeah, you can tell that by the shadows. They call this a low-key lighting, using the shadows to emphasize the picture. And you've got the light in there, just softly lit our subjects. And your light source, yeah, is what you look at, because you're using the low-key lighting to get you to look there. Normally, however, on something like this, you'd normally get your character would have a catchment in her eye, or their eye. And a catchment is a little ball of light. But for some reason, they didn't do it, which is very interesting. Maybe they didn't want to make her as pretty, as in, because she's concentrating. They want you to, rather than look here, they want you to look at the whole picture. So they want you to look at her hand, because look, the nails have got a catchment on. It's the lightest and whitest part of the picture, so they're making you look here.
Focus, Sahar.
And then you're like, what the fuck is this? Lens flare, look at this shit. Yeah, I'm getting that science fiction lens flare, but it works beautifully for it. See, this one's got it. A little bit of a catchment in the eyes. And it's there, ever so slightly now. Now we've got through the concentration part, we've seen her land it. Makes sense now, doesn't it? Maybe that's why they didn't do it. Because if you had the catchment, you'd look at her eyes and not the fingers, as in the whole thing. Let's go back 10, watch it. Go back another 10. As it flows in, the camera's dollying backwards. No catchment. So you're looking there, you're looking around. Oh, your hand's gone up. The lightest part is the now. We're over here now because we're on this bit of light. The story flows, yeah. Lens flare, giving us that futuristic vibe. I love it. Now the catchment is because we're becoming human. Look at this. And look, he's got a catchment. Where the fuck's the catchment coming from? It doesn't matter. The catchment is there because we want to look at his eyes. Beautifully backlit, which means it looks very cinematic. And look, because you would normally get a very silhouetted image, they've given him a little pocket light up here to lift up his levels. But it looks beautiful. Look at the lens flares. And look at the way it's framed. Cinescope. Beautiful, man. It is cinema. And also, her eyes are blue now. Before they were almost black, weren't they? What I love about it is they really plant the seed early, didn't they? About how this one feels. And they play with it. They plant that seed there. So, she gets picked up, taken. Camera's a little bit smooth. Beautiful catchment in the eyes. Camera dollies forward. It's powerful. And the camera gets more shakier. What does that mean? Uncertainty. Yet look at this framing. What's the difference between that one? Camera, look at the camera movement. Look at this one. Shaky. Look at the next one. Smooth. Because the camera is referencing them and how they feel in that moment. Calm. Steadiness. This poor bastard down here was unlucky. Felt sad, didn't he? What? What? Camera shaking.
I know it is difficult to...
Beautiful lighting. Look at this. By the way, you can see your light sources by having smoke haze in your shots. Yeah, that's how you see it. It's called texture. It looks gorgeous. And look at the light orbs, the flares coming off it. Proper cinema, this movie.
But the Force...
Look, where is she coming into the light? Stunning. So good. And they overexpose it just to almost show you that there's a passing of time. Rather than just a harsh cut black. Lighter, 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 lighter. The Force. We're talking about the Force, the light side of the war, should we say? Boom. And what I find really interesting, they started with a red lightsaber.
has chosen you.
Boom. The aggressor goes into red. And then we see her. I love this character design. Whoever this was, it was badass. Almost looks a bit floaty then. Watch. That's got weight to it. The motion. Look. Whoa. Is it because there's not enough motion blur? It looks slower. I didn't notice it at the time. I was just like, oh my god, this is great. Yeah, they look floaty, don't they? Not quite Hong Kong style, but there's not aggression there in the camera movement. And the last ones had that, as in the twins and the daughter character. Oh my god, that was like watching Daredevil Netflix, and I love that. Look, even the way he kicked it. I get they slowed it down. Oh look, they took the frame out there. By the way, they do that in martial art movies, is when you want to connect with something from there to there, they cut the frame out here and did it there. It would look like he kicked it harder. See? You chip it out. That's why they get you, like when they do punch moves, they cut here, straight to here, so it looks like there's more of an impact with the sound effect. Boom! But even when he landed, maybe the camera should have shaked a little bit. Then again, they want to show that this Jedi, if you want to call them that, if that's who it is, the Order is in control. I love a purple lightsaber. So, I mean, the way they're floating, it's not quite Hong Kong style, is it? But it's nice that we can see all the motion. I love this. Throws it back. Very clever teamwork. Let's take his arm off. Oh, what was that? Oh, they did one of those Hollywood action shots. Basically what it is, it's almost out of frame here, which is great, showing motion. Then the camera catches up with it. Really nice. That shot there, this weird trippy one, this close up. Whoa. But having that, oh no, it wasn't that one. What am I looking at? Oh, it was that. I thought it was another cut. That's why I said it looks like a Hollywood cut. As in, but they've added a blur out, zoom out, to emphasise the power of the Force. Took his arm off. Boom. By the way, that's my favourite part in all this cinematic, is him going through the wall. The reason being, it all looked floaty, but him... that showed impact, and that was like, oh shit. It's very cinema, isn't it? The way the camera moves. And but it's got a very... I would have said this one has got more of a Star Wars vibe, as in a current Star Wars. As in, it's very pretty. Even the way the lighting is done. Like, look at him. Look, he's very softly lit. He's got like a Rembrandt triangle going on. Just beautiful lighting. The last two, I think, are still my favourites because of how dark they made it. It felt like a different universe. It was Star Wars, but almost like for grown-ups. But this one, it's gone back to being, I'm going to sell toys again. I'm going to sell merch.
And all records of it.
Yes, Master Or.
Hopefully you guys can understand it when I say that. Even just like the way they're talking. And like the brown palette.
And all records of it.
Yes, Master Or.
Do you know, it's just very clean looking, isn't it? This bit. You hit. What made it epic was you heard him.
Yes,
Listen.
Master Or.
Got that nice, what was that, J cut, L cut. So we heard him first. J cut, heard him first, then we see the cut. And they sold him. They sold me on that character. I was like, I want him. I want to be him. And they bumped him off. Didn't see no impact. Oh, look. His head went up first. Like he already got stabbed. Do you see that? See? Very slight cut. That's a shame. She left it. You didn't need that motion. That's why it looked a bit floaty, like he's like, look to the sky. You didn't need that. God, now I'm breaking this down, I'm seeing some real shitty errors in it. See, like that was a bad cut. You shouldn't have cut there, you should have cut with him still looking at them. Then the camera dollies into them. What the fuck's going on? Then it's, oh! Then the impact should have happened. No, it's just floaty. What reveal? Keeping it nice and close, comes through a little bit of haze or smoke, makes him look more powerful. No catchment in his eye, he's evil. Yeah, using the bags under his eye, the way he's lit above, causing shadow, makes him look more angry. But they use accent lights here to build him up, yeah? Dark, light, dark, light, dark, little bit of light here, dark again. And that's how you do it. Malgus. Oh. This guy, I think I like him because he looks like the new, is it Mortal Kombat 9 or whatever it is, where they look like Cyrax and Sector? Like, there's some bits of it looks really expensive in the lighting. And then, like, the way this does, all the smoke coming off him. Oh, chef's kiss. This is nice. This is good. Should have felt a bit more heavier. That smile was purely for character development. I got it, Master. Don't worry. It's to remind you of that innocence. Yeah, he understands the severity of it. And that's why I think it shows when she gets manipulated by Malgus that it is done easily. Basically, they're planting story beats here to leave it open-ended. So good. Like, really clever. Like, look at the fight scenes. He's definitely he's definitely more powerful than the Malgus. Lovely sound effect. Gorgeous. This was really nice. This is beautiful looking. Normally, when it comes to CGI and it's a very high key look, as in the light background matches the front and it's getting brighter, it's where you can normally tell that it looks like it's CGI. And also, guys, top tip, if you're ever going to be doing photography, you want someone to look younger, you know, like Malgus earlier had that dark look, you could see every wrinkle under his skin. Where was it? Here. This shot here? He looks as bad as he does because of the lighting. You can see all these bags, these shadows, yeah? So when you get a character like this, why she looks more youthful, granted that she's an alien species, is because there's no bags. Light your subjects from the front or lower, the prettier they'll look, yeah? It's more of makeup commercial lighting. Pretty lighting is what we call it. And look, see? Not one bloody bag under her eye. And look, it looks fake. Yeah, if it was more low-key contrast, it would look more realistic. Like this. Gorgeous. That's the thing that pisses me off about some of this Jedi stuff. Like, I think it's the motion blur. It's not quite right. And so they look floaty. Like, they had the camera moving a bit more. Maybe they don't do it because they want you to see them. Like, the camera, that looked like he had impact because the camera shaked a bit. Camera's shaking now. Did he do a little blink turn? Yeah. That little blink turn there, I've said it in the other ones, it looks more prettier on the eye rather than seeing those micro jitters. By blinking, like, quickly looking like that, it looks more powerful. I'm going to quickly look up now. Yeah? Rather than... Yeah, you don't want to see the micro jitters. It looks more powerful. See? Let the blinks do the work for you. They want you to look at the eyes. I know they want you to look at the eyes because look at the catchment. It's the lightest part here, yeah? They've washed this out and kept all the colour here. They want you to look. So when he starts blink turning, it looks way more powerful. See? I love the fact they even get the eyelids slightly out. That one blinks faster than that one. Beautiful. Devil in the detail. You'd never have noticed it. This was great, this shot. What they did there is where they moved the camera backwards or forwards and do the zoom or zoom out in the opposite direction. I can't remember what the correct terminology is off the top of my fucking head. I think it's like a dolly zoom. See, yeah? That's how you do that effect, this illusion. The camera is going backwards, I believe, and they're zooming in. So they keep the front focal distance the same, yet the background is blurring out. Hitchcock used to do this shit all the time. See, you can tell they've changed the focal length because what happens is when you change focal length on the wide, your head's fat. And then when you have a telephoto lens, your head gets thinner. As in, you see it on her head. Look at the side of a nugget. You watch. Yeah, see, wide, wide, wide. It starts slimming out. Yeah. Even though they've you know, astronomically dramatized it because they're trying to make her go into an effect. But that's kind of how it works. See, look, this looks more realistic, doesn't it? More believable. You'd watch a movie like this because of the low-key lighting. It's a very modern look. Deep shadows. Crush those blacks. This is gorgeous. Look at this. Big eyes. Just tell you that they want you to look there. All out of focus. This anamorphic look that they have. It's interesting, isn't it? So she's seeing it for the brother, isn't she? Yeah, because they're trying to replicate the eyes, what he sees, and the light. Oh, you clever bastards. That's clever, isn't it? Because normally you get with these flashbacks, you get vignettes. They've not really done a vignette. They've done it with an invisible, well, basically the opacity's down. And so you get this blueness, because that's the colour of his eyes. I like it. It's interesting. I thought he would have more of a your fear, and then with the robotic sound on it, make him sound a little bit more aggressive. Like as he's got older, his voice is started to age. Like the other Sith Lord, he sounded aggressive. He sounds quite soft, very soft for a Sith Lord. The only reason I knew it was him is because the way his eyes were moving. Yeah, that's all we've got to tell what he's talking about. By the way, very quickly. This framing here is cinema. Cut the top of the hairline off and underneath the chin. You want to go in tighter, right above the eyebrows, forehead, under the chin here, yeah? Boop, boop, yeah? That's how you do it. That's how you get your close-up, your extreme close-up. Yeah, and that's how you get extreme, even more than that would be the eyes. But that is kind of how you get this beautiful cinematic look. If you're learning composition on your illustrations, photography, your videography, whatever it you're doing, that's your framing. Yeah, you can tell when people make bad mistakes. They fucking film it in the corner of the room. I don't show emotion. I want to hear what he's saying. Look, see? Cut the chin off. They've just both brought in even more. Your fear. Yeah? Beautiful.
This is how the Sith and Jedi maintain control. Revealing the ways of the Force to some. And keeping it from others.
Using lots of cuts to black here in the stories, aren't they, to show the dark side and gaps in her mind. It's also great to allow the audio to change the tempo or the pace. Remember, music is there. Oh, mate, the little twitches in her neck. Watch her neck. Because she's really struggling with it. Fucking hell, man. Devil in the detail. Because she's biting, isn't she? She's doing that. Rather than just seeing it in the eyes, we're seeing it on her skin. It's because her eyes are shut, that's why.
So that the Jedi could play God.
Really interesting, aren't they? The way they're doing it, and they keep doing it from this eye view. Yeah, so they've even got the actual framing right of it. Because that's kind of how... you'd actually see a little bit further out than that. That's a little bit tighter. It looks more like about a 50mm. Maybe about like an 80mm or something, slightly pushed back. But where normally we see, I think we see about, oh my god, what would we see? 40mm or something? I can't remember. Been ages. I should know that. I don't like these. I understand why they're doing all these video zoom in and outs to obviously show the different effects and illusions. But when they do that, it breaks up the cinematicness of the picture itself. Okay, and what I mean by that is when you look at this, cinema is normally shot on prime lenses. You can get obviously telephoto lenses, but when you start adding zooms in, unless it's like the way Edgar Wright does it, even that it does make it look more video-y. But when you get your set focal lengths, prime lenses, which cinema is shot on primarily, it looks more cinematic. So when they start adding zooms in, it either looks CGI, breaks the story up. It does help with your eye flow, but your brain puts like sparks, almost like you're fucking stealing a car. It goes, zzz, zzz, zzz. Yeah? You go, hang on, that don't look right. What's going on here? It pulls you out the illusion of the movie. And that's why. Mate, he's always getting bashed into a wall, this bloke, isn't he? Camera's almost semi-static. We are getting a bit of movement. It's very smooth, isn't it? Because they want to let the impact. I like a little bit more action in my camera. Not too much, but just enough to complement it. Star Wars has a very smooth motion with their camera work, with their cinematography. The camera moves, but even their handheld stuff has a very, not gimbalized, but a very smooth shape to it. I like that look of her face. Again, it looks floaty, doesn't it? If the camera shaped, it would have had more impact. Beautiful. Look at this. This, to me, almost looks like this. This is what made me think it was motion captured. It kind of like signed it off. It had to be. You don't get detail like this. Yeah, how old is this? This was uploaded 2 years ago. Right, this is what, the 4K version? Mate, it's the lighting. Look at this. See what I mean about it? It looks very modern, like Star Wars. Camera's dollying in.
Well done, young one.
Moving down, up, pedestaling up, tracking back.
Now give it to me.
When he did that, immediately I was like, I don't know if I trust this guy. Even though he's our master, give it to me. It's just... And the music, it just tying all the strings together, all the dotting the I's, crossing the T's, isn't it?
You could have saved my brother.
What?
Was I chosen by the Force?
Look at all this layer, look. Dirty framing. Foreground, midground, background. They want you to look here. She's almost centre frame, but by dirty framing, that's what it is. If he wasn't there, as in this framing was clean, that's why they call it a clean frame. Dirty framing is this, where you block part of the frame to make sure the audience looks at a certain subject. You guide the eyes, basically.
Now's not the time.
You can tell that the camera's zooming forward, dollying forward, sorry. It means this is really important, this moment. That's why when Malgus laughs,
Force? Or you?
it means a lot more.
Now's not the time.
Do you know what it is your master just destroyed?
Sahar, listen.
I feel like they could have... I feel like when he laughed, you should have seen this Lord... I think we call him Lord, but this Jedi Master looks slightly, just to reference that he's gone to look at Malgus. What they call that is the thread of storytelling. This character would look to flow over here. But then again, if he broke his gaze from his Padawan, it might have made him look guilty more. Very, very quick little things. Like something so little as that could mean something completely different when it comes to the visual narrative and the language that you're trying to portray within it.
Just destroyed
Sahar, listen to me.
a machine built to find those
This is an important moment. Look how fucking close that is. Look, we've got a medium shot,
machine
medium wide now, dollying forward because he's talking to her directly.
to find those that
She's thinking, and look at this. Again, guys, why does this look more realistic? Yeah, what do you think the answer is? You should know it by now. It's the low-key lighting, look. Because we can barely see the detail, our eyes are drawn to the light pockets, like here, here, across the bridge, the nose, and these bits here, and the forehead. It looks more realistic, yeah, where earlier on she was too plastic looking.
I didn't deem worthy.
Why do we show this extreme close-up? Even if he had his eyes were masked and he had a helmet on, by bringing it in that close, it still would have given us the information that we want and the power of it, the severity of it, because we're that close.
Built to find those the Jedi didn't deem worthy.
Silence! Give it to me. Now, Padawan.
And like, I understand, but would he get angry? I assume Jedi are allowed to get angry, of course, but ignore him, Padawan. Focus on my voice. Do you know what I mean? He's acting guilty. You guys have to tell me, this Jedi, is he a bad Jedi? Has he got his own motives? Like he's taking it off her.
Give me the plans. We can still find your brother.
I've only ever protected you. You must trust me.
Like, I get this part. Like, now his character's starting to come. I understand it. Oh my god, let me go back. Let me go back. But even that looks slow. Watch where he ejects his lightsaber and a little whoop. It just looks slow.
Find your brother.
Show more epicness in it. Like, no! And then emphasize the stop.
I've only
Fast, slow. Yeah? fast and slow. What am I doing? I'm changing the pace up of the story. Just seems so floaty, this one. Maybe that's why I didn't connect with it. The visual narrative of it, of the cinematography. Even him falling. Ah! Very floaty.
Very well.
This is lovely. But that's, I mean, this has the very, like, it's pretty cinematography, but when it comes to, I don't know, I can't quite work it out if I'm happy or I'm not happy with it. Like, I love the cinematography. Like, this is gorgeous. I would love this lighting. But for the story, I don't know. I think it's because the last two were so dark. It told a dark world. But going back into this PG era.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like, I think you would have seen that in the last one.
I'm sorry.
This is my favourite bit. Look, the lighting is darker. Yeah, look at this shit. Hang on a minute. Let me look at that lighting here. It's slightly off, yeah? He's slightly more softer, a little bit more colourful in the palette. Here, he's much more darker. Yeah, it's not identical. Look, the shadow across his brow here and here. That's called a lighting continuity error. Yes, some would say, yeah, but you're from a different angle. It would be different. That is true, but you kind of want to keep it the same. But what they've done here is they go from a PG error. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever. Dark moment. Sinister. Look at the shadows. No. Yeah. Then you've got all this. Oh! Yeah. Now she's finally woken up. Giving into a dark side. Is that normal? It's a bit like the last Star Wars game, isn't it? Like, even that kick. Watch the kick. Floaty. Yeah, where was the fucking impact? She spins. She's not even spinning on her foot. She's fucking floating at this point. She's just genuinely floating. I know she's a Jedi. I get that. I love the fact that they probably see the connection. She's just too floaty for my liking. Do you know what I mean? It's just... I think that's what it is. Too floaty. This looks good. Maybe a bit more impact on the shots. The camera's too floaty and the motion's too floaty. That looks more quite video. That is what it is, guys. I've now figured it out. That's what it is that I don't like about it. I feel like I'm watching this off Disney Plus. The last one, I felt like I was watching, well, of course it'd be Disney Plus, but something for adults, and that's why I love the last two. Again, look at this. This looks very realistic, isn't it? I know she's green and luminous, but what are these little... Oh, that's interesting. They've had like these little, like, oh, it's rubble. I thought it was like fag ash. Sometimes we call it fag ash, as in there's like grain texture on the shots, and that allows it, well, just gives you texture basically, but yeah, we can nickname it fag ash. It's basically noise from the film that you're filming on. We add it in normally digitally, or if it's in a dark location, the camera has it on there. But it's just basically leaving it open, isn't it? When you're ready, break free. It's just, they leave it open, don't they? Very clever with this. I like this. This is the type of, this is where you would end it, wouldn't you? You'd have had part one and ended it on this. Proper cliffhanger. Yeah. I enjoyed it. What was it? Legacy of the Sith. I enjoyed this one. I thought it was very beautiful. I'm glad that I've had it in my life, as in I've experienced it. But out of the 6 that I think I've covered, my favourite ones have got to be... If I never seen the last 2 and went from the first 3 into this one, I would have been blown away by this even more. So I'd be like, oh my god, this is great. I probably would have had gripes with the action choreography, you know, because I don't like that floatiness of it. But I probably would have enjoyed it more. But because I had a taste of those twins and that daughter one and the cinematography, the story writing, they made this one like a little bit more like it was watered down, if that makes sense. Like I had a taste of greatness. Yeah? It's almost like having a drink, yeah? You put 1 spoonful of sugar in it, yeah? It's like giving me a drink with no sugar in it. You know it's not as good. Obviously, it's healthier for you, but it's not as good. But the point is, you know something's missing, and that's exactly what I felt with this. But, as I said, I did enjoy it, and I hope you did too. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.
Out of time!